Let's talk about a fascinating subject this week, taking risks for success. Hey guys, Randy Gage here. Welcome to another episode of Prosperity TV. I'm kicking it live from the 305. And I want to talk about risk, because if we want to do something amazing, if we have a really bold objective, we want to do something audacious, it's probably going to take a risk. And when things involve a risk, I think this is what separates successful people from people who lead lives of mediocrity, is because they're not willing to take a risk. And this is one of my favorite subjects. Most of you know I wrote a book called Risky is the New Safe. And that book debuted on the New York Times bestseller list. It's been translated in about 15 languages around the world, been a huge hit. So thanks to you guys. I appreciate you all for supporting my work. But this is what it's about. Risky really is the new safe, because if you play it safe, you're going to be roadkill on the highway. But we don't want to do crazy risks. We don't want to do risks that don't have a good probability of creating the outcome we want. So what's the best way to do that? Here's a simple little formula that I use, and I want to share it with you, and hopefully it can work for you as well. First thing I look at is I say, okay, what is the best thing can happen with this risk? What is the absolute worst thing can happen with this risk? And then what is most likely going to happen with this risk? So you kind of get the variables. What's the best could happen? What's the worst could happen? What's most likely? And then you ask yourself, okay, is this risk, is this going to take me closer to achieving my dream? Is it going to take me closer to achieving my goal? And if the answer is no, forget it. Out. End of discussion. There's no reason to even pursue it further. Now, let's suppose it is going to take you closer to your goal. Now you ask yourself the million-dollar question. Am I willing to risk the worst possible scenario? That it could happen, the absolute worst. And am I willing to take that chance? And if the answer is no, then don't. You don't proceed. It's not a prudent risk for you. So, because if the worst thing can happen is, yes, you're going to die, then it's probably bad risk. Or the worst thing is, it's going to cost you $10 million and litigation and chaos in your company. Okay, it's not worth the risk. But if you are willing to say, hey, even if it's the worst case scenario, if the worst things happen, I'm still willing to take that chance because it'll get me closer to my goal, then that's a risk you want to take. All right, what do you think? Got some comments? Please put them below and share the channel with the people in your life. Hit the like button, the share button, the social media buttons. Until next week, peace. Hey, I'm actually heading to the airport, heading back to Cali. From there I go to Germany, so I'll get you a show from somewhere there along the way. So talk to you next Monday.